All right, my magnificent Aries warriors, my cosmic trailblazers, welcome back to Astrology Unlocked. I'm your guide, and if you're tuning in today, I have a feeling it's not by chance. I have a feeling that deep within your fiery spirit, you've been sensing a shift. Can you feel it? It's not a loud thunderclap, not yet anyway. It's more like a subtle rumble deep within the earth, a spark flickering in the darkness, promising the return of a brilliant flame. It's the universe whispering directly to your soul, telling you that a profound and powerful unlocking is not just coming, it is already here. This isn't an illusion, my beautiful Aries. This is the very first sign of a grand cosmic recalibration, a journey that you don't have to chase because it is already charging toward you. After what might have felt like silent years of watching over you, the universe is now actively and purposefully rearranging the chessboard of your life. And let me be clear, this is not a test of your strength. You've been tested enough. No, this is a divine liberation. This is the universe clearing the path so that you, its most passionate pioneer, can finally run free. Have you felt that your powerful inner fire has been dampened lately, as if you've been walking through a persistent fog? If so, do me a favor right now and let me know in the comments below with a simple, powerful, "I am ready." And if you're new to our beautiful community of cosmic explorers, press that subscribe button and join the family. You won't want to miss the transformative journeys we are about to embark on together. Soon, 3 pivotal events are set to unfold in your life's grand story. They may not arrive as complete surprises because your intuition, your warrior's instinct, has likely been sensing their approach, but they will stir you, awakening memories and truths that your soul has carried across lifetimes. We are talking about 2 profound farewells and 1 sacred, destiny-altering meeting. They won't happen all at once, but they will arrive with a clarity you cannot ignore, for you will know with every fiber of your being that this is no coincidence. This is a sacred rite of passage, a cosmic initiation calling you out of an old cycle, a cycle that perhaps once gave you shelter, a place to rest your weary head, but has now, my dear Aries, become a cage that stifles your glorious fire. The universe knows you are a soul of immense power and passion, so it won't force you forward with destructive storms. It will simply begin to strategically remove what no longer serves the warrior of light you are becoming. The things you've long tolerated, the situations you've called fine but have slowly been dimming your brilliant spark. The relationships you maintained out of a sense of duty or a misplaced need to soften your edges, losing yourself in the process. The universe won't shout. Its messages will be woven into the fabric of your days. It will whisper in your moments of quiet reflection, in the lyrics of a song that suddenly brings tears to your eyes, in that strange feeling of being a stranger in a place you once called home. Because you are shifting, my dear Aries, not in your location, but in your very vibration. Your cosmic frequency, a new realm of existence awaits you, one that is clearer, brighter, and more aligned with your untamed spirit. But to enter it, you must be willing to let go of what is heavy, even if that heaviness has become familiar. You may not understand it all with your logical mind at first, but your soul, your inner warrior, will. And when that deep, unshakable knowing arrives, you will find yourself standing at a crossroads, a powerful threshold between the old world and the new. No one will urge you to choose, but you will know. You will know that if you don't take that brave step forward, you'll remain a muted, flickering version of the magnificent bonfire you are meant to be. So be still for a moment. Watch closely. Notice the people who are beginning to drift away, the doors that are quietly closing without a fight. And please do not be quick to grieve, because truly, the universe is making room. It is clearing the sacred ground for something magnificent to be built. And that new construction begins with a farewell, not to another person, but to a place, a situation, a reality where your soul can no longer breathe. And that, my friends, is when the first goodbye draws near. My dear Aries, there are places, roles, and dynamics in our lives that no longer actively hurt us, but they absolutely do not let us live. They are rooms without windows, spaces of comfortable stagnation. We stay, not out of love, but out of a fear of disrupting the status quo, a fear that our leaving might cause waves. But what about you? What about the brilliant, untamed spirit within you? Who is listening to the slow, agonizing fizzle of your own light each time you pretend to be content in the shadows? You, the celestial ram, were born to lead, to initiate, to charge forward with breathtaking courage. Yet you may have grown accustomed to a certain kind of silence. You've learned to read the unspoken anxieties in others' eyes and temper your truth to keep them comfortable. You've learned to hide your brilliant, instinctive insights, that gut knowing that is your superpower, as though they were a flaw. You've stayed in situations that have no room for your expansion simply because they were once familiar, once a safe harbor. But your soul, my beautiful warrior, has not adjusted. Oh no. It still whispers to you in the dead of night when sleep won't come. It makes you feel restless and unseen in crowds filled with familiar faces. It is the part of you that feels a surge of energy when you dream of new horizons. Your soul is not trying to wound you, it is trying to crack open the cage to let your own light back in. Because deep down, you already know that relationship, that job, that role you've been playing, it is no longer yours. You stayed out of loyalty, out of a sense of responsibility. But sometimes, for a soul as dynamic as yours, staying too long is how you begin to disappear. This first farewell will likely not be a dramatic, explosive event. Aries, your energy can be fiery, but the universe knows that this particular departure requires a different kind of strength. It may come in the form of a conversation that simply has no more energy in it, a project that you suddenly feel completely detached from, or a day when you wake up and realize you have no more words left to offer that situation. No one will scream at you to leave, but your soul will know. It will know with an unshakable certainty that if you stay, you will continue to betray your own spirit. And that, my friend, is the deepest ache of all. Not the ending of something, but the slow, grinding pain of continuing to live inside something that is already long gone. So if one morning you wake up and find you can no longer bring yourself to step into that role again, if a moment of quiet reflection brings unexpected tears to your eyes for a future you know you can't have there, don't fight it. Don't try to rationalize it away. Let your soul speak. Because that first goodbye is the moment you finally dare to tell yourself, I am no longer someone who stays where I cannot grow. My fire needs air to breathe, and I am going to give it the world. And when you choose to walk away from the place that once demanded you be smaller, you will realize that not all comfort is peace. Some comfort is a gilded cage, and the freedom you will feel on the other side will be the sacred oxygen your soul has been gasping for. Now, from the space you have just bravely cleared, a new potential begins to bloom. This space isn't meant for emptiness. It's designed to receive something far more aligned with your true essence. It's a space that asks you to no longer hide your intuition, to no longer pretend you're okay when your spirit is screaming for more, to no longer ever again shrink yourself to fit into someone else's definition of acceptable. And from that very space, something even deeper will begin to approach. Not loudly, but with the undeniable clarity of a warrior's calling. You're about to touch a part of your soul you may have forgotten. Because sometimes, my dearest Aries, the most important goodbye you will ever say isn't to someone out there. It's to the version of you that you became just to keep others comfortable. Oh, you know that version, don't you? The one who learned to soften their passionate opinions so as not to seem too intense. The one who deliberately slowed their pace so others wouldn't feel left behind. The one who made themselves smaller, quieter, less ambitious, hoping that if they became less of a threat, someone might finally feel safe enough to love them. You were not wrong for creating that version of yourself. Please hear me. That was your soul's way of protecting its flame in a world that often tries to extinguish anything that burns too brightly. It was a survival strategy to blend in, to please, to dial down your own magnificent life force just to preserve a connection. But now, my love, that connection is no longer nourishing you. It is draining your very essence. This goodbye has no physical address. It's not a house you leave or a person you block. It is a part of you, the one you have held onto for far too long, only because it once helped you feel accepted. But true acceptance, true love, never asks you to be less than who you are. It doesn't demand apologies for your ambition. It doesn't shame you for having a powerful, instinctive knowing that others can't comprehend. The version of you that is ready to be released is the one who was taught to doubt their own light, to question if their faith in their own dreams was just foolishness. The one who was told, directly or indirectly, that they were too much, too loud, too passionate, too honest, too Aries. But no, you are not too anything. You have simply been navigating a world that hasn't yet learned how to honor the raw, untamed beauty of the sacred fire you carry. So now, you are being called into a ceremony. There are no bells, no chants, only you, standing before the mirror of your own soul and finally speaking the words you have waited lifetimes to hear. I give myself permission to stop apologizing for the fire I am. I am no longer available for situations or relationships that require me to dim my own light. You don't need to contort yourself to fit into someone else's fear. You no longer need to hide your brilliant light in far-off dreams, because you are the dream. You are the bearer of courage, the spark of creation, the healing energy of action that this world so desperately needs. You are the one who can walk through the darkest of nights and still carry the torch. From the moment you let go of this silenced, apologetic part of your soul, you will no longer move through life as a survivor, hoping to get by. You will stride through life as an awakened warrior, returning to your true, untamed nature. And when you begin to walk like that, life will stop speaking to you through obstacles and pain. It will begin speaking to you through signs, through synchronicity, through confirmation. And that confirmation may not just come from within you, but from someone closer than you think, who is already on their way. There will be a moment. There will be no grand announcement, no background music, no stage lights, but you will feel it. You will feel it with every ounce of your being, with that powerful intuition that you are now reclaiming. It will feel as if your soul just heard a familiar battle cry from across the cosmic expanse, ancient and yet brand new. Someone is coming. Now listen closely, Aries. This person is not coming to save you. You are a warrior. You have never needed saving. They are coming to see you, to truly see you in all of your magnificent, fiery glory. They won't need many words, and you won't need to explain or justify a single part of yourself. There will be a look, a shared silence, a moment of profound recognition that will be enough for you to know you no longer have to walk this path alone. They may enter your life in the most unexpected of ways. A collaboration you almost said no to. A direct message you were about to ignore. An unexpected invitation on a day when your heart had grown quiet and weary of the fight. There will be no grand, dramatic signs, but there will be something utterly unmistakable. You will feel them not with your eyes, but with your energy. You will recognize them the way a flame recognizes the wind that makes it burn brighter. You will know them the way a soul knows the missing piece of its own song. And in that seemingly simple meeting, a monumental shift will occur. You will say things you thought were buried forever. You will laugh with an ease you haven't felt in years. You might even cry, not from sorrow, but from the overwhelming relief of finally being seen, truly seen, by someone who is not intimidated by your light, but is, in fact, drawn to it. This person may not become your lover, though they could. They might be a creative partner, a mentor, a friend who passes through like a comet, illuminating your sky. But their role is sacred. They will arrive as a mirror of your own soul, reflecting back to you the power, the brilliance, and the courage you may have forgotten was yours. They will not give you anything you don't already have. They will simply provide the sacred recognition you've been yearning for. Their presence in your life will be a living testament. You are not wrong. You are not too intense. You are not lost in an impossible dream. You are a force of nature, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. And sometimes, my beautiful Aries, that is all it takes. That one soul who can meet your gaze without flinching. That is all it takes for you to lift your head, square your shoulders, and charge forward. Not with fragile hope, but with a deep, unshakable trust that is rooted and whole. Because trust is not made of courage alone. It is born of reflection. And someone is walking toward you now to reflect you with a love that does not judge, a strength that does not compete, and a fire that matches your own. From that moment on, your world will no longer be quiet in the old, stifling way. It will grow deeper, richer, like a forge where the most beautiful and powerful swords are made. And in that very stillness, another question begins to rise. It's no longer who will come, but rather, are you truly ready to be seen when they arrive? My dear Aries, even after this incredible soul has arrived, even after their light has touched yours, there will still be moments when you might feel the instinct to pull away. Not because you don't want love or connection, but because you have spent so long being the strong one, the independent one, the one who needs no one. The idea of letting someone into the fortress of your heart can feel terrifyingly vulnerable. That old pain, that memory of having your passion misunderstood or your independence seen as a threat, may have left a thin trace of armor around your heart. And when real, authentic connection shows up, you might find yourself questioning it. Is this real? Why are they here now? How can they see me so clearly when I haven't even fully seen myself? Your mind, the ever-vigilant guardian, will try to rebuild the old walls. It will whisper familiar warnings. Be careful, it's too good to be true. Don't let your guard down. But Aries, you do not live by logic alone. You are a soul made of fire and instinct, charging toward what feels true. You sense the truth with an intuition that is not taught, but is primarily fiercely known. And in the very moment you feel that urge to pull back, to put up the walls, that is when you must ask yourself a different question. Am I protecting myself, or am I rejecting the very thing I've been fighting for? Pause. Take a deep, cleansing breath. Place your hand over your heart. Can you feel it beating? Strong, clear, powerful. It is not beating out of fear. It is beating with the raw, exhilarating emotion of recognition, because the deepest part of you, the warrior soul within, knows this is real. Not perfect, because nothing is, but real. You have given so much. You have fought so many battles, for yourself and for others. You have understood the world through the lens of action and strength, and sometimes you forgot that you too deserve a place to rest your shield. You too deserve to be championed. But true strength is not only about fighting, it is about having the courage to allow yourself to be supported. So if something good, something real, something that feels like coming home to a fire that warms you instead of burning you, comes knocking on your heart's door, don't panic, don't doubt it, don't tell yourself you don't deserve it. Just receive it. Receive it with the open, courageous heart of the warrior you are, with a gentle whisper of, "Thank you, I allow this." Because love and true connection don't ask if you are qualified. They only ask that you have the courage to lower the drawbridge when the miracle begins to knock. And within that warmth, the most beautiful part won't be the gift you receive. It will be the moment you finally let yourself receive it. Because the Aries soul did not come here to hide. You came to lead, to love fiercely, and to build a world that only you can create with the magnificent brilliance of your light. My beautiful Aries, it is time to lift your head and look back at the journey you have just walked. Not with eyes of regret, but with the quiet, breathtaking awe of a soul finally claiming its throne. Because you have just let go of two things that had been imprisoning you for years, perhaps without anyone ever knowing. A place that forced you to doubt your own power, and a role that demanded you apologize for your very nature. And then a soul arrived, not to change you, but to affirm you, to remind you of the magnificent being you have always been. No need to pretend, no need to soften, no need to strangle your innate fire, just to be accepted. Everything you once felt so deeply, everything your spirit sensed so intensely that others called too much, is now the sacred gift you bring to this world. Because you were never here to be liked. You came here to bring light. And that light, sometimes born of struggle, sometimes wrapped in fierce determination, has never stopped its sacred purpose of healing and creation. This is not an ending. This is the grand opening of a gate you have been standing before for so long. A gate where you no longer live inside someone else's dream, but begin shaping reality with the divine, creative fire that is truly, uniquely yours. You no longer ask, "How do I gain their approval?" Instead, you begin to wonder, with thrilling excitement, "How do I best wield this incredible light?" The universe has waited so long for this, waited for the day you would release the chains of what you once believed was normal, waited for the day you would stop bending to fit the world, and instead, let the world be transformed by your presence. Waited for the day you would return to the wild, untamed truth of your own soul. And now, with the chains fallen, with the question, "Was I wrong?" replaced by, "What can I create with this light?" you step into a new chapter, not to begin again, but to live fully. And living fully for an Aries was never just about living for yourself. It is about living with purpose, with passion, like a supernova whose light gives birth to new worlds. And from that brilliant radiance, others will find themselves drawn, not by any effort you make to shine, but simply because you finally, fearlessly, unapologetically allow yourself to be. Thank you for listening with your whole, courageous heart. If you have made it here with me, then surely your soul is in the midst of this profound and beautiful shift. I wish for you, my magnificent Aries, a journey where you are tender in your strength and fierce in your self-love. To be brave enough to let go of all that no longer belongs, and courageous enough to receive the miracles now finding their way to you. You are not alone, and you deserve a life that is wholly, divinely, and beautifully your own.